Hey guys, it's Derek and welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute since I last did an unboxing and a product review, so here is one. And again, it's courtesy of next day delivery with Amazon Prime. Now, reading is something that I used to do a lot, but over the last couple of years, I can probably say that I've read 0 new books. And that's just because life has caught up with me. It's been busy. I haven't actually found the time to do something which I normally find really relaxing. And recently I've made the change and I've gone back to reading some novels. I'm not the type of person who needs to have a physical book in my hand where you can turn the pages and smell the freshness of a new book. I'm actually much more happy and prefer to read books on a device, because what it means is that you can load multiple books and you don't have to lug around heavy books with you, especially if you go traveling. Who wants to carry 2 or 3 thick, heavy novels with you when you go traveling, when you can just hold all your stuff on a tablet? Recently, I've become reacquainted with the Kindle, and this is a Kindle Paperwhite. This is currently the book I'm reading. This is a small, lightweight device, and the difference between this one and a tablet, such as an iPad or a Galaxy Tab, is that this device is designed only for you to read. It stops you from being distracted. It doesn't have, or it does have a browser, but it sucks. It doesn't have ability for you to get onto social media and check your TikTok and your Instagram. It just allows you to focus solely on the book. You don't get notifications, you don't get distracted by emails and text messages or anything like that. And the other main difference between a tablet and an e-reader is that something like this Kindle uses e-ink. So basically the difference between e-ink and the display on a tablet is that it reduces the amount of fatigue that you get from reading, and you can actually read longer without as much tiredness in your eyes. The reading experience on one of these Kindles is pretty amazing. The battery life of this thing, I would say it lasts at least a couple of weeks, even if you read for an hour or 2 a day. Whereas if you have a tablet, you probably have to charge it every second day. Realistically, in terms of these e-readers, reading a book is pretty much all you can do. How do you get the books on there? You basically connect it to your Wi-Fi network and you just download those books. There are a number of free sites, and they tend to be the older classics, like some of the Jane Austen novels like Pride and Prejudice, like Dracula and things like that. But if you're after the new books, assuming that we obtain these new books legally, there are a number of different services depending on the brand of your device. There is generic services like Scribe. There's audiobook services like Audible that you subscribe to. There are things that are specific to systems like Kobo and Barnes & Noble, for example, have their own e-readers. But with Kindle, your major ways of getting books onto a Kindle is you either purchase them, you're a member of Amazon Prime, which you get a selected range of books through Prime Reading, and the list is not great. And there's something called Kindle Unlimited. So for a subscription, which you pay monthly, just like Spotify, Apple Music, and all that kind of stuff, you get access to a wide range of books. The major issue, the one thing that you can remember with your Kindle Unlimited subscription, is that you'll find that most of the top 100 bestsellers are not available on Kindle Unlimited. The contracts by the major 4 or 5 publishing houses has it that these books are not available on Kindle Unlimited, and you actually have to purchase them separately anyhow, whether you have a subscription or not. If you're only interested in reading like the top 100 and the New York Times bestsellers, you're probably better off not getting the Kindle Unlimited subscription and just paying for the books. The ebooks tend to be a little bit cheaper than the actual physical copy. Whether you can find any value in the Kindle Unlimited range, and the best way to do that is just to take up the free subscription. You get 3 months free if you buy a Kindle, but I think you can still get deals where you get a month free or something like that as a trial, and decide for yourself whether the Kindle Unlimited subscription is worth it for you. Now, as I was saying, Kindles and other e-readers are pretty limited because all you can do pretty much is read a book. Now enter this thing, this monster, this behemoth, this thing which is the size compared to that. This is called the Kindle Scribe. The difference between the Kindle Scribe and all the other Kindles, apart from the fact that the screen is way bigger, it comes with a pen which allows you to annotate and take notes. It almost reproduces some of the stuff you can do on something like an iPad. This thing is designed for people who love to read, but who also like to make some digital notes as well. So this Kindle has the same 300 ppi display as the Kindle Paperwhite. This one I think is 32 gigabytes, but you can get 16, 32 and probably 64. This one is similar in terms of the memory. The other major difference is that this one is waterproof, this one isn't. So that's something that's a little bit disappointing, because you spend that much money and you get a device which does all the other stuff, but you can't take it, for example, to the pool or anything like that. This is the 64 gigabyte version with the premium pen, and it retails in Australia for like 679 bucks. So it's a big chunk of cash, and you could almost nearly buy a new iPad for that. The difference, as I mentioned earlier, is that with this device, you read, you annotate, you make notes, you do not surf the internet, you don't go to social media, you don't do messages, you don't ring people or take phone calls. So let's peel off this thing and get it open. So inside is a tablet, nothing else in here. Hello, or bonjour. So there's an instruction manual, important information, which we'll leave for later. And this is the hello to the Kindle Scribe, and basically it tells you basically how to turn it on, how to activate it. So you're going to have to set it up using your Amazon or Kindle account. These things don't come with a case. Nothing these days come with a case. You do not need a screen protector for an e-reader like this. You basically just peel that off. You can get cases for these. The official cases are like 120 bucks. And I've read that they're not so good. So I'm going to just try using just a case that I have for an old laptop and see how that goes before I make any other decisions. I'm sure I can find one that's a little bit cheaper. But look at that. I'm going to step back that compared to that. So there's obviously way more screen real estate on here. It has just the one power button. It has a USB-C connector like the Kindle Paperwhite. And there are no other buttons on this. There's 4 little bumps here, which I guess help you to put it on a surface without scratching anything. And inside it comes with some additional pen tips. You can get these for like the Apple Pencil and stuff. I've never so far found the need to replace the tip of any of my styluses. It comes with a USB-A to USB-C cable, and it comes with this premium pen. Now this pen, unlike an Apple Pencil, does not require charging. The premium version of this pen, which is what this one is, it has a erase function, which I believe it doesn't if you have the standard pen. And this might just magnetically attach to your Kindle like that. So this is all pretty cool. I'm just going to hit the power on. Now you'll notice with e-ink displays that there's always a display even though there is no power. And now it's just setting up its Kindle. Now it's going to take you through the steps of setting it up and connecting it to your account and all that kind of stuff. And it's no different than using a smaller Kindle like the Paperwhite, where once you powered it on, you go home and it just gives you your library, and it also tells you a list of suggested titles, and you can scroll through them, download whatever you like. And it's going to be exactly the same on this giant version of the Kindle. Now I'm going to choose English as my language. And one of the things that strikes me is that how amazing is how responsive these screens are. And what it's doing now, it's just setting itself up, as you can see with the scroll bar there. And whilst it's setting up, this thing is quite hefty compared to this thing. So whether you may not take this one away with you, and whether this might be a home reading device and you might bring the smaller Kindle with you when you travel, that's something that's a decision which is entirely up to you. But this device is significantly heavier. Now the setup is nearly done. And whilst we're waiting for the setup to complete, why don't you leave a comment below and let me know what genre of reading you like, and whether you actually have an e-reader, and whether you prefer to read with a physical book or with a device. It already knows my name, and it already says I'm already connected to the Wi-Fi and everything has been set up. So this thing is amazing. It comes with 59% battery charge, so you can pretty much use it straight away, and it tells you exactly what you've done, kind of like exactly like the other one. So it's almost like a seamless experience that you can go from one to the other. In terms of your recent items, it tells you which ones you've already read. And if I click on The Schooled by Ted Knox, it's downloading obviously the book because it's the first time, and it knows exactly where you're up to. So I'm up to 58%, and it goes exactly on to 58%. So it knows exactly where you can. So you can actually move from one e-reader to the next without losing your spot, which is awesome. Just a quick demonstration. So I've gone into the notebook section of the Kindle, and I'm going to click new, and I'm going to create a notebook, and I'm going to choose a template. So it's going to be called Notebook 1. And I'm just going to choose a basic template like that, and then click create. And taking notes on your Kindle, swipe anywhere. So you just follow the instructions, and basically you've got a notepad. So I'm going to start writing. So hello. It's very responsive, so it's not like there's a huge lag between when you touch the screen and when you get the thing on the display. One thing just to bear in mind though, this has got a Wacom kind of writing tablet interface on it, but the pens are not pressure sensitive. So you can't use it by pressing harder to get a thicker line or anything like that. And these things aren't designed for you to create amazing art. It's more like a note taker device. And with the premium pen, if you turn it upside down, you rub over, the writing will actually be erased. And if you press on this thing, you can change the type of brush and stuff like that. Now, if you've read or seen some of the reviews on YouTube and on the internet, it'll say that the software on this thing is pretty crap. It is, in terms of if you're expecting the same functionality that you would get from an iPad, where you can copy notes and paste and things like that. Right now, it's missing on the Kindle Scribe. But however, Amazon is promising that there are going to be software updates in the near future. They're talking early 2023, and this is now early 2023. And they're going to include new features like copy and paste, the ability to sync with Microsoft Word. Now, most of us do use Microsoft Office for our documents. And once that comes online, you're going to find that you can get much more value from doing the note-taking on this device, because you're going to be able to sync it to other devices. So pretty much that's all there is. This is a pretty basic thing. You can do quick squiggly lines and nice notes with this thing. And most important of all, you've got a big screen where you can read your favorite novel. So I'm going to keep playing with this for a little while and just get used to using this as my new e-reader. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you do, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you like my stuff. Hopefully after using this for a while, I'll find that this device is actually worth the kind of much higher price compared to a standard e-reader. You get bigger screen real estate, you get the note-taking functionality, but this thing is roughly 3 times more expensive than the Kindle Paperwhite. Actually, it's almost 4 times more expensive than Kindle Paperwhite, so it better be worth it. But anyway, thank you for watching, have a great day, and I'll catch you next time in another video, and I'll see you soon. Bye.